Yeah, man, this video is about a misconception, and that is that, you know, weeds are a bad thing. Okay. Okay, first of all, let me try to make people understand this. Yes, weeds, I guess, can be ugly, physically ugly to people or something, but the root systems in the weeds, they're absolutely 100% not in your view. And you know what they're doing? They're actually protecting your fucking soil. All right? They're fucking protecting your fucking soil. Okay? Especially like if you live out west and there's a flash flood and there's no roots in the fucking soil because you keep killing the fucking weeds with Roundup, or even if you just trim them too much, they fucking, the weeds are stunted, the root systems don't grow. Um, yeah, that thing gets on my nerves. So like when I bought my house, I the first thing I did was I'm trying to assess my neighbors a little bit. And so I was trying to do that, and I could tell one neighbor, I could tell, right away he was trying to, I don't know, whatever. I guess he was just trying to be nice. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Okay, whatever. He was just trying to be nice, I guess, and told me that my dog, when he's barking, he just says quiet. My dog gets quiet. Well, I was like, you know what, dude? Don't try to act like you already have control of my dog, all right? Because you don't. Trust me. Anyway, the point is this. Eventually, my dog, didn't respond to him when he said quiet, right? So, and I had to come out and tell him. I said, hey, man, eventually I just have to bring him in because, my dog's not going to recognize a command from you. Maybe when it was a little younger, it may have just got quiet. But now it's not going to do that. If you try to tell it to be quiet. Now, my dog doesn't bark a lot, but if you're trying to make commands to my dog, that's a bad idea. Okay, I'm the owner of the dog, so it's a bad idea to try to make commands to my dog, all right? So, and that's the way I look at neighbors. A lot of them that you would consider, quote, snooty, they're doing just that. First of all, let me preface by saying, people that think they're good at, this, that, and the other, they prune their lawns. They fucking, make them look like there's something that's not nature, it's not nature. It's not the normal nature around here. The normal nature around here is what grows around here. And that includes fucking weeds. Now, most weeds are fucking, I'm sorry, I keep wiggling the camera because my foot keeps touching the chair that's holding onto the thing and blah, blah, blah. So what happened was, and what happened, but what I would want to say is that the weeds, most of them are grass. Out here anyway, most of the weeds here are grass. I mean, we get weeds, don't get me wrong, but most of the weeds out here are just fucking long grass. And people call long grass weeds. It's kind of ironic because when they cut it, all of a sudden it's grass, right? Makes no fucking sense. So anyway, I purposely water the shit out of my lawn. I don't have my sprinklers on right now because I'm not sure I like them because they're spot watering everything. And I like to be able to water things as I think they need water. I don't like to just pour water in one fucking location nearby all the time. It has to have, you got to fucking do it like with a hose, man. Kind of like when you're handling your dick or something. I don't know. But the thing is, I fucking love weeds. I love weeds. I like my beard. Even though without my beard and I got short hair, I can make myself look like straight, and if I work out, I can make shit go on with this, I can make shit just bulge out. And I'm 55 and I don't work out that much anymore. But if I do, I don't need steroids. I know exactly what supplements to take to make quick fucking improvements on my body. Like I can make my shoulders, and this is just an example of somebody who's, let's say, maintenancing to look a certain way. The same way a prude might trim their lawn, a bodybuilder goes into the gym and he's doing stuff that's, in many cases, is not going to be the kind of work that a normal person does to make his body look and features look like something that is not normal. And if you go back in time to the Greek gods and whatnot, they were muscular, but they have fat and shit on them too. So it's an unnatural to be fucking shitloads of fucking muscle everywhere, because nobody fucking makes those kinds of movements in nature to fucking. So I don't work out as much anymore. But the point is, when you do that from time to time, as you're getting older, what it does is it rebuilds vascular systems that start to die off. So the key is that maintenance is important. So eventually I'm going to have to start working out again because as I get older, my body has to make movements and stuff, and then the muscles have to recharge. The blood vessels have to recharge. Everything has to before they die off. The smaller ones die off quick. The hardening, the arteries, everything. So you have to do that maintenance, but you don't have to look like a bodybuilder all the time because your body doesn't. That's not natural. So I have my weeds in my yard. I spray them with water and I let them grow. Now, when they get to a certain height and towards fall or something, or maybe even halfway through the summer, I might trim them, especially if a fucking neighbor complains or something, because I have a homeowners association and I don't really want to trim the weeds, but if someone's going to make a big bitch moan about it, then yeah, I might trim them. But I got more foliage in my fucking yard than anyone, I think, around here. I mean, there are people with more foliage, but they're fucking pine trees. I have a lot of pine trees. They're not really on my property. They're in another guy's lot, but they might as well be my trees because if they fall, they're going to land on my house. But it doesn't matter. It's nature. As things happen, you just take care of it. If a fucking branch falls on my house or tree falls on my house, I got insurance. I'm going to, everything will be good. So, 1 second, guys. Gotta see what this is. Okay. All right. So I had to check something. I heard something back there. Out here, we have to periodically check and make sure what's just like anywhere. You have to check and see what the fuck that sound was because we're in a rural area and sometimes. Bears, they usually come around the evening, but sometimes you get straggling wild animals out here. So I just heard a bang bang. My dog didn't even wake up, which is weird because when those sounds go off, my dog usually catches them and I don't. So it's kind of weird. I heard that one. He didn't even wake up. But anyway, so so I grow weeds and I don't think it's an issue to fucking have weeds and it helps the soil. In other words, it holds the soil together. Kind of like when you see the Mexicans dropping cheesecloth or whatever all over the fucking steep hillside for somebody's landscaping so they can plant shit in there. They're doing it so the cheesecloth will keep somewhat stable the topsoil. But, cheesecloth ain't roots. Roots are way better at doing that. So once that shit grows, the cheesecloth, dissolves or whatever, right? So... Anyway, so you're not smart when you're trying to think that having a clean prune yard is the answer. What it's doing is it's weakening your soil, and that's the bottom line. So that's why I did this video because it gets on my nerves when, and of course the other neighbor now is looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm watering all my weeds while he's trimming all his, and it's like he's probably got an itch he can't scratch already about me. As a result of that, so it started out I was pretty friendly, and but he's one of those neighbors like it's like, hey man, they put on that hello every morning shit whenever they're around. It's like, dude, I'm your neighbor, but you don't have to fucking say hello every fucking morning, okay? It gets on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie, it gets on my nerves. I don't mind being friendly to you initially, but after a while, that shit gets old. Okay, it reminds me of people that are just like they're in the mindset where that's how it's done. No, it's not. You do it for a little while, and then you stop. You don't fucking always say hello in the morning. That shit's bogus. That's a fucking. To me, it's kind of a red flag that the person actually doesn't like you. And I'll be honest with you, I don't fucking care what my neighbors fucking think. All right, I don't give a flying fuck what my neighbors think. Now, if I had a shitload of boxes of trash and shit just all over my yard, I can see their point. But since it's just weeds, you can suck my dick.